Now, if you have a look over here, we have the NVIDIA chart. And what you're starting to see is a massive explosion on the weekly. Now, guys, what this is starting to mean for us is AI is becoming something big at the moment. We're starting to see many AI breakouts. We've been getting good buys. You know, a few days back, we got brilliant buys. And today I want to speak about what are the next top projects to focus on getting into the AI narrative. We feel the AI narrative is about to explode. We're seeing a lot of volume. Not only do we have AI sitting at that area, we still have Bitcoin hugging this major trend line at the moment. And if we do end up having a strong bounce and a big breakout from Bitcoin, we think AI is going to push. Now, the next thing we have is obviously Hong Kong. We have that coming through. And we spoke yesterday about these tokens. And all of these tokens are starting to break daily trends. So what we're starting to see, which is quite crazy, is we have AI waking up. Amazing. We have Bitcoin right at resistance. We have the dominance right at support. We have Ethereum breaking out, and we have many different tokens breaking daily trends. Guys, as much as we have redness in the market, you have to be awake when we start breaking the major trends. Every time we have broken major trends this year, we have had strong altcoin pushes. And what we're starting to understand is you have to be hot on the narrative. And today we're going to be speaking a lot about AI and prepping ourselves for the Hong Kong narrative too, of them being able to buy crypto again. What tokens are they buying? What can they buy? And what at the moment is breaking out and ready to make us a lot of money? It's going to be a massive show. No more wasting time. Let's get into it.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Hello, Banter fam. Hope you're doing fantastic. How are we doing? Pop in the chat how things are going. I think today is Tuesday. Hopefully, we're going to have a fantastic bullish week. So far, we're looking good. We have the weekly stochastic RSIs reset at the moment. We have Bitcoin approaching a critical resistance. Will this be the moment that we start getting back to the highs of Bitcoin? And what is obviously going to move with it? We see a strong Ethereum. We see strong L1s at the moment. You know, we never had an L1 push this year. And maybe this is the time to shine. Now, guys, first thing you need to do is you need to hit that subscribe button if you're brand new to the family. Join the family. We've been through war together. We will not stop until we have financial freedom. If you're part of the family, smash the like button if you enjoy the content. Comment below what tokens you want me to speak about. First big thing, make sure you're on Banter Bubbles. So you can go to your app store. You can download Banter Bubbles. You can see in the hour, we're starting to see these early little signals. So what we're getting is on shorter time frames, we're starting to break trends. And this tool obviously helps a lot to see what is moving the most. And what's amazing about this is if you click on one of the bubbles, you actually have a chat. Because people always want to know, why are these coins pumping? Why is this happening? And this is a fantastic tool. Second thing we have is we have our last live event tonight of the Sniper School Cohort 5. We have Cohort 6 coming in the next 3 weeks. Sniper School is absolutely doing incredible at the moment. We have a lot of exciting announcements coming up too, with the live trading sessions, with the university, all these things that are coming. So if you want to join Sniper School, the best TA school in the world, we actually saw yesterday, we've had 30,000 registrations for Sniper School. 30,000 registrations, guys. Do you know how big that is? That's a very big school. That's not a small school at all. So join the family. If you click the registration link below, it will send you an email with 3 basic steps. You need to have an exchange link from one of our sponsors, as that is how you get the school for free. You will then deposit $100 or more in, which you get to trade within the course. And then you put in your user ID and you join Sniper School. Make sure you're on that. So let's jump into the actual content. So the first thing we want to actually have a look at is look at AI, guys. So if you go to CoinGecko, you can actually categorize it to the AI tokens. Okay, you can go see the best AI tokens out there. And what you're starting to see, well, the best gainers, you can see what's happening as a category. And what you can see over here is you're starting to get a lot of greenness. You know, if you look at the rest of the market, I don't see much coins that are doing 300, 100%, 50%, 50, 50, 40, 40, 40. Like, this is obviously a hot narrative right now, and we want to be part of it. Now, what I spoke about yesterday on the show was I believe that you need to have a bit of AI in your long-term portfolio as a narrative. Same as I believe you need to have DeFi, smart contracts, L1s, all these sort of things. So just remember, if you are prepping for a bull run, you need to think. You need to think that we've been through a few bull runs before, but what was always the biggest thing within the bull runs was the new technology, right? Was the new narratives. If you were early on DeFi, you would have killed it. If you're early on NFTs, you would have killed it. And now we have AI, guys. So what we're still trying to do now is we're in the bottom range of the market. Guys, I don't think, my personal opinion, that we're going to have a new low in Bitcoin. All that I know is we are at the bottom range. And at some point, we're going to go into extreme bull mode, which we know takes slow grind to the upside. And then the last few weeks or last few months, you just go crazy, where everything just does hundreds of percents and things like that. So you want to know that fishing in these areas right now are good. Just make sure that you've prepped your long-term portfolio with all the narratives. It's basically fishing. It's putting out many different rods, and ultimately, you have to fish to catch the big fish. But remember what it comes down to in crypto is it comes down to one token, one entry that changes your whole life. And that's why you're getting into all these narratives and you're getting into all these things. You're calculating yourself with the amount of percentages you're putting into each narrative or each token. Are they high risk? Are they very high risk? But ultimately, you're getting yourself out there for that specific moment. Those guys that got many tokens very early are the ones that make a lot of money. At the end of the day, they've had one. Now, I've probably had 2 or 3 that really did well for me, which was Chainlink, which was a big one, which was Tezos, which was another big one, and was SXP. These were the 3 that actually really made me money. Let me not forget THETA and 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗏. Those also made a lot. But that's what gave me the push from being a couple $100s to actually $10,000, $20,000, where I could actually start becoming a player where I can have decent amounts. How many of you sit here right now and put your hands up behind the screen if you say, if I just had $100,000 right now, I could make so much money? And that's what you're doing. You're putting yourselves into all these different narratives, all these different tokens for that one that gives you that spark. And when you got that spark, don't mess it up. So what you got to do now is you got to get yourself into all these narratives. You got to get that long-term portfolio set and ready, guys. But also start prepping in your mind now and start getting yourself ready that when it goes, I know what to do next. So important, guys, because if you make $100,000 tomorrow, don't mess it up, because if you never prep for it and you weren't ready for it, you're going to mess it up, guys. And that's the big thing. So always be a step ahead. Be grateful that you're here in a bear market. Be grateful that you're here in the down phase, because at some point the market's going to go and you're going to have the opportunity to change your life. Start preparing every day for that, for when that life-changing moment comes. I remember that before meeting Run, before even having any money, before crypto, actually, I sat and I studied rich people, and I was like, I looked at the pros and cons to them. I built this ultimate vision of who I want to be. And all I said was, in my head, I'm already a millionaire. That was the first thing I did every morning. And the reason why I did that is because I was already prepping for myself what my life's going to be when I am a millionaire, how I'm going to be, what am I going to be, all these sort of things. So I started prepping my life and knowing that what I need to be. And I literally walk in my house now and I look at my cars and I look at these things and I'm like, I'm not surprised, because when I was broke 2-3 years ago, I was already imagining and putting myself in that place. The second thing that I did was, when I get the opportunity or I meet the right person, I'm not going to mess it up. So you know what? I already know I'm a millionaire, and I'm going to prepare for the day that I meet the right person. I'm not going to ask when. I'm not going to say it has to happen tomorrow, it has to happen next week. I don't care about that. It was about the understanding that it's going to happen and I mustn't mess it up. And when I met Run looked at me and he's like, this kid's got something. Now, if I didn't sit and prep for that, if I never sit and did those things, Run has thousands of people that come to him every day. Why Sheldon the Sniper? Why him? Why do we put this guy on the show? Because I prepped so long for it, guys. So I just want to inspire you yet again. Be so grateful that you're here in the bear market, and start prepping for when you are a millionaire. What the hell are you going to do with your life and who you're going to be? Don't figure it out then. Because when it comes, how many people make shit tons of money in crypto and throw it all away because they were never prepped for the money? They were never ready for the money. So just to hype you guys up, keep the heads up, be excited, be grateful. It's going to be an incredible ride together, guys. So let's jump in. Okay, so Bitcoin, guys, we ended up pushing yesterday. We ended up getting to around the $28,500 level, one that we've spoken about many times. And one short-term play that we're seeing over here was I spoke about yesterday that smaller time frame RSIs were getting slightly to the top. And what we wanted to see after that was there could have been a short-term retest. And we said on that retest, all we wanted to do was hold that 27,200 level or the $27,000 level. And if we do that on the shorter time frames, we are setting in a higher low. And from here now, we should attempt. So we had the two scenarios. Either straight away from yesterday, we were going to go through. And if we go through, we have to break $30,000. Or we're going to have a short-term retest, which gives us buys because many coins broke resistance trends, as in Ethereum. So look at this. Yesterday, we spoke about the break. We're like, let's retest. Look how it retests beautifully. And this, for me, Ethereum's just tipping the box of still being in a buy zone. I still think, guys, Ethereum's such a big player when it comes to your long-term portfolios to be loading up and to make sure you do have Ethereum in your portfolio. But it's retested now, and now we're starting to get a bounce. And that was good to see how that played out over there. So what we want to see is there may still at any moment still be slightly more. We did go low, but we can go slightly lower to 27,300. I'm using these yet again to load up on all the altcoins that broke trends and are retesting beautifully. Because once we have the retest and we explode after, I can put my stop losses in and I can allow them to ride. We will then track as they go. Now remember, in order to be good at crypto, you got to focus on your entry and your risk first. Once you've nailed those two boxes, now you worry about where am I making the money? How much money am I making? Where am I take profits? Always worry about your entry, your stop loss. Once that has been a success and you've bounced and you've got a higher high, amazing. Now we worry about where it goes next because this can go anywhere, guys. This buy could be the buy. Sorry, I put Chris on by mistake. This could be the buy that could literally go from here and it can break the highs. We saw this on the weekly now. We know the importance of where we are on the weekly. And we know that firstly, we have held the 200 weekly moving average in this area over here. Let's put it up. There we go. Amazing. So where we're bouncing is fantastic. And we know if we break this trend and we make our way through over here, guys, this can short squeeze really big and we can be sitting at a $40,000 Bitcoin at any moment. So I need you to take that. Doesn't matter how many entries you've entered in the last year, how many you've entered in the last 2-3 weeks. I don't care. You need to understand that every attempt that you make can be the one. And that's it. It's all these attempts for the one. You know, the one where the guys got, I remember some guys got Cardano at 1 cent in the last bull market. 1 cent, guys, and it went to $2 to $3. 1 cent. You know, but you know how many times they nearly got flushed out before that? How many attempts and how many stop losses and how many hits? But that one entry gave them a 200x. And that 200x did everything for them because it turned their $2,000 into $400,000. And that's the crazy thing about it. So again, pay attention that we have bounced on support. And if we break this trend, at any moment, we can seriously rocket up to the upside. And we know that dominance has got that back too. We know that dominance is sitting in this wedge. It's not breaking out yet, which still gives us hope that alt season can come like tomorrow, because I think that's what we're excited for. When are we going to get alt season? But we also know at any moment that this maybe wants to rocket and not delay alt season, because alts will still run with Bitcoin, but maybe delay a few months of the true crazy alt season that we know of 1,000%, 2,000%. For now, we got to go with the 50, 60, 70 run with Bitcoin. But what that will obviously do for us is it will take Bitcoin to a way higher level of the 40, 50, maybe even higher than that. And that's the crazy thing. So pay attention when it comes to many of those. So quickly jumping back here, what we're focusing on Bitcoin yet again is what we want to see is there may be a continuation down. For me, this could have been the pullback, and now we're going to go. And what we want to obviously see is it needs to get past 28,500. If so, I'm expecting an increase in price pretty quickly. And I'm expecting it to go to around $30,000. So 30, it's this high over here. Very important for us to get it to. And the reason why I'm saying that I'm not thinking to 31,000 just yet, because there might be a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders after that. So we'll pay attention to that, because we might take some short-term profits on the next push up if we're going to have another pullback. So what I mean by that is you could see this left shoulder over here, and this might be the head. And if this goes and we stop at 30,000, it could give us another retest, and then we go and attempt the 31,000. We must know that this 31,000 is going to be a fight. It is a critical level. So if it does go and doesn't get through it straight away and a retest, at some point we will break through the wall, very similar to what we did on the $25,000 level. Your support, the time to worry at any moment, is still the same lows that we've been bouncing on over here. So 25,000, any weekly close above, below the 200 weekly, then we have some sort of worry. For now, it's bullish, 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 bullish. And that's what you have to do. You've got to have one indicator that shows you whenever I change my mind, because that's what screws us, is going bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. I've been bullish, 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 many of them, sometimes short-term bearish, but I'm sticking to that because my one indicator is staying so, and I do so much more damage if I keep changing my mind. It's like you're about to gamble and it's like, okay, I'm going to go in red. You know what? No, I'm going to go in black. No, wait, I'm going to go in red. No, I'm going to go in black. Guys, I start to create this confusion. Stop that. Become a lot more calm and start working with the market. And that's when you take yourself to the next level. So for now, like I say, 28,500, I'm expecting price increase. We will see if we stop at 30,000. I think there will be a retest. If we go straight through and we break through 31, I think we're going to blink and we're going to be at 36, 37, 40,000. And that dominance will break very strongly to the upside. On Ethereum, yet again, for me, last buys on Ethereum, I will be updating my stop loss now at around about 1,820. It's below these lows over here, giving it space. And same thing over here. If this decides to go here, maybe an inverse head and shoulders, we shall see. But at some point, I'm seeing Ethereum go to $2,500. So Ethereum for me is still strong. Yet again, another day of us about to break out on the Ethereum to Bitcoin pairing. Look at that. That's going to be a strong one, a lot of strength. And again, we have the Ethereum dominance breaking out of this weekly trend. So that is looking really good. Now, the next ones I want to quickly speak about is let's go through our AI tokens. Let's go through these quick. So I spoke about Singularity, and there was a pullback in the zone perfectly yesterday. I hope you took advantage because it literally dropped into the box and now starting to take off very quickly. So what you see over here is a beautiful test. What I gave you guys with this is I'm just looking at a normal ABC at the moment. Before we think ahead, AI is looking incredible, but we're just thinking, remember what I said, let's get the entry, let's get the stop, and we worry about the major profits and the take profit points after. For now, this is the areas of where I'm seeing it going, of up to 50 cents. So over here, if you are a spot holder, you're slightly late for long term, but you can dip your toes slightly. If you can get a little bit lower between 28 and 30, which I don't think we're going to come back to, but this is definitely one I will want in my AI portfolio. But what you can see is I'm still looking at 60% just to TP1. So I'm expecting this to really start to accelerate really quickly to the upside. We have the next one of Fetch. Again, guys, look at this. This is why you got to pay attention to it. Now, you can't dwell on the past, guys. We are blessed to have you, Sheldon. I'm here till the end, guys. I'm here till the end. Probably one more bull market, though. One more bull market, then I think we all should be taking a lot of profits, getting a lot of it into Bitcoin, enjoying our lives. I don't know if there's going to be another bull market after that will be worth us going through all the craziness. But same thing here. Fetch. Boom. Hope you guys got your entries. Fantastic. Dropped off here. It's too late for buys now. But what I'm seeing from here for those who got the entries, put your stops below over here. And I'm looking at this still ride another 30% just to TP1. TP2, remember, TP1 is for traders, guys that just want to make dollars. I don't care about holding these coins. I don't care about narratives. I just want to make money. There's your TP. And then there's guys that think this is good. Great tech. I want to be a part of it. I have 68% from here. And obviously, I'll be leaving some if we break the highs because then you're looking at a couple 100%. Now, one of them that broke out, we got the entries that are getting to buy zones now, is this Matrix AI. So if you missed the Singularity and the Fetch, this is one that I'm loading on this pullback. I think it's going to come down slightly lower in the next few hours. And I'm expecting a bounce within the next 24 hours. So maybe another 6% cheaper of where it is now. But these are the buy zones that I'm focusing over here. Let me just get it in. Amazing. Around 2.3 cents to 2.4 cents where we're approaching now. This is one that I want to buy. It has broken the great trend to the downside. First higher high, incredible volume coming in. So I want to buy this retest over here. My short to medium term take profits there is just the 618. So from here, I'm looking at over here, and that already is 112%. So this is a great one, guys. Great one. A lot of guys got buys. We bought this on Saturday, which is around about here. And now we have the retest. So if you want to add some more here or you haven't entered it, This is perfect. Your stops will be pretty big for now. They'll be below these lows. Just for now. Remember, you focus on entry. Once this does this, guys, where it comes here, settles, and it decides to break. As soon as it breaks this high over here, you can take the stops from down here and you can move them here. Move them closer, get your risk a lot lower, and allow it to ride. The next one we've been focusing on is render. Now, we know render is going to be a big one. Now, guys, I think at some point for a long-term position, I think we want to catch render at $2, but I don't want to just throw away that render's hot right now. And the big things that's happening with it fundamentally, I think it's got a big thing with NVIDIA, all these sort of things. I think render might just explode and not stop. So what I'm doing is I do have some around $1 of where we spoke about at the beginning of the year. And I do have money waiting at $2, okay? But I do think that we might not get there right now. I think the hype will kick in pretty quick. And I think if it does, I think we're going to have render explode. So what we do have over here is we have a short-term support on the left, which it looks like we've hit this box perfectly. And I think from here, it might go. So for me, as a swing trader or a short-term trader, I'm definitely loading up some short-term positions. But I am aware that for long-term position, this is not the best entry. So this is to make money more than just to hold the token. If I want to hold this token, I'm waiting for $2, but I don't want to count out the fact that this can explode now at any single moment. So if you go to the 4 hour, what you'll actually see is you'll see this trend. Let's just get it. There we go. Is you'll see this trend over here. Any moment we through that, I think this is a great area to take longs and to put stop losses directly below. And if we break that trend, I think this is going to move. Now, let's go actually look at the realistic views of where render can go, because it has big gaps. It really, really, really does. And look at the volume, guys. Volume. There's a lot happening here at the moment. And one thing I just want to give you a little bit of inspiration about this chart before I speak about where it goes. Guys, this is how you want to trade the markets. Remember what I've always said to you, that the market goes in 3 directions. You have the down, the side, and the up. And look how perfectly this plays out. This is bear market. This is accumulation. Price slows down. This is what happens after. And this is what happens on many of them. And this is why I speak like a token. Let's actually show you quickly, as in Chainlink, right? And I'll show you here on the weekly again. Like, look at this. Maybe it has a little bit more sideways. We shall see. Look at that. Strong down, sideways. And what happens at some point? We've seen this so many times. So just use the render chart as the perfect example of understanding the market cycle. It's so big. It's going to help you so much, guys. And many people don't fight with yourself if you came into the bull market and you bought tops. Everyone buys a top. There's 2 ways you get into crypto. You get scammed or you buy the top. This is how 95% of people that come into crypto, that's what happens. Like, there's no doubt about it. But what you got to understand is you're probably going to put irresponsible money in here because it's like so exciting and things like that. But when you start to come down and you need to go through all the tokens that you are in crypto, okay, and any shitty entries that you got up in these areas, you want to find your tokens in the sideways range. And if they do, you got to remember that they're probably 80% down from where you bought. And by you putting in 10, 20% of the money here, you can bring your entries down all the way. And if you can have your entries here so that by the time they come out the range, you're in profits again, guys, that's now being smart. You must not allow this market to bully you and defeat you. They do have bullies. They do have sharks. That's what they do. You got to fix that. So use this. I know, I bought the top too. I bought the exact top. I firstly got scammed. I firstly lost 95% or 98% of all my money. And then I bought the top. So I said that there's 2 ways you enter the market. I did both. I got scammed and then I bought the top of the COVID crash. I know, I get you, but fix it. Fix it. Get rid of 20 shitty entries and get 5 really good ones. You know what I mean? Like, just think differently, guys. That's the big thing. So jumping back. Sorry, guys, I'm feeling great. Let's go back. Let's go back to render. Okay. So if it bounces here and it breaks those highs, guys, the next major levels that I have for render is it needs to get through the $3 mark. There's going to be a lot of resistance at the $3, a lot. If it gets through that, you have $4, and then after that, you start having $6 and anything like that. So you start to understand that we are getting to a critical stage at the moment. That's why I'm waiting for $2 for long term. But I think there could be, if this thing does run to $4 from here, you know, you're sitting on a 60, 70, 80% trade. So pay attention to that. The next one that I spoke about, guys, Here we go. Boom. Ocean Protocol. Volume coming in. Daily break at the moment. Okay. So remember, I always say if it's too far, it's too far. Amazing. This one's breaking now. So what you want to pay attention to now is either it's going to rocket straight from here up there, which means I would probably enter 50% of my position as things speak now. Or what's going to happen as well is it's going to come here, little retest, set, and then go. Okay. So you can play this in two ways. You either enter your whole position in now, and I wouldn't enter it anywhere above, no financial advice, by the way. I wouldn't enter it anywhere above the 39 cents. That's for me, it's getting a little bit too late now. I'd rather wait for the retest. But I'll buy it in this area over here, and I'll put my stop alone below there. So you're running at a 12-15% stop loss. Okay, no problem. But now let's start looking at the gains and where this starts to get you. Because this buy over here, we're seeing volume, we're seeing it ripping, it looks good. I had a short term, so for short-term traders, you have a TP at 46, so only a 10-15%. But where I'm seeing this go is I'm actually seeing a massive cup and handle play out here, where we have a huge cup forming a handle, and I'm seeing this make its way up to the 70-cent mark, if not to the 85-cent mark over here. So we have all of these major resistances here. So first attempt from here, I'm seeing it go to the top of 60 cents, which is already 50, 60, 70% from where we are now. And if we break through that, I'm now looking at $1, $1.20. So this could end up being a really, really, really good buy. And you're not buying it late. So that's the big thing. So Ocean Protocol is definitely one of the next ones. Let's speak about GRT quickly for a second, because we had the trades yesterday. Boom. We nailed it, guys. We nailed it, nailed it, nailed it. Volume coming in great. We got these entries. Let me just put this over here. Look at that. We got the entries. Fantastic. There's our entries. We wall off here. I have one TP at 15 cents, and I have another TP at around 20 cents, 18 to 20 cent mark within GRT. So those who missed these buys, you'll probably get one just a little bit later where this starts to go up here, then a retest, and then we'll get some more entries. So whoever got GRT, amazing. Again, guys, stop losing focus. When you see these red days, when you see the boringness, stay focused. That's where you get the good entries. Those who are here now that weren't here on Saturday, you didn't get the entries. You know what I mean? Luckily, you got Ocean and you got the Matrix one over there and possibly Render. So let's have a look there. Is there any other ones? Pop in the chat there. I just want to make sure that I've covered the main ones. So I'm going a little bit more until we have the whole explosion from AI, which we're starting to get now, but it's starting with the majors right now. So I'm making sure we're in the majors. After that, we're going to start going a little bit more degen-y. We just want to make sure that these all lift off and take off as things go. So the next ones that I want to focus on over here quickly, let's just jump in here, is I want to speak about the next coins that are breaking. Litecoin, guys. Litecoin, Litecoin, Litecoin. There was our buys. Whoever got it, we nailed it. Fantastic. Now you have, this for me was a great longer term entry for now. Okay. Now you're getting to the point of guys who want to spot trade it. So if you didn't have, I would not be buying it above $93 or $94, but I think you can be entering a little bit more Litecoin over here with a stop around 88. So not a big stop. I think Litecoin, once it smashes through $100, is when it really flies. So it's very similar to what we saw with Solana, where it's hitting that 27, 27, 27. We break through here, you have 140, and you have even up to $170 within Litecoin. So Litecoin's becoming a player, and it's looking hot right now, and it wants to move quickly. We then have a theta breakout on the shorter time frame. This is a great trade. I think you should be anywhere in the 18, 90 cents mark. You can dollar cost for theta for the longer term. But I think as things stand now, this looks like a great trade setup for those who want to trade. Daily break outside right now. I would not be getting it above 89 cents. This would be my entry. My stops will be around 84 cents. And I'm looking at this go to $1.10 and a second entry of $1.30. So you look at percentages wise, great trade, really, really good trade because my risk to reward is massive. I'm looking at 25% for first TP, and I'm looking at 45% of second TP. And look at my risk to reward. You see what's nice about this, guys? When you find these early trends, firstly, you want to see where they're at, right? And horizontally, it's great on the long time frame. But then you want to zoom in and you want to catch the breaker trend. And it's so great because your stops go here and look at your risk to reward. 1 to 5 just to TP1. That's a great risk to reward. Really, really, really good risk to reward. The next one over here, and the reason why I'm speaking about these guys, I don't want you to ignore and forget this, that we have the Hong Kong thing coming, and these are possibly the tokens that they're going to be able to buy. So pay attention to them because these were ones that did not move in the beginning of the year. So you have Litecoin, you have Bitcoin Cash, DOT, Solana, Cardano, AVAX. Isn't this the ones we've been waiting for? And now you obviously go to the charts again. And I spoke about this yesterday, because if we don't get the buys now and it takes off, there's no more buys. You know what I mean? There's not going to be many more buys. So for me, Chainlink again. Firstly, I want to remind you, I just showed you the chart. Chainlink's at the bottom of the range again. Every time you got buys in Chainlink at the bottom, you're literally 60 to 80% on your money. Okay, so it's at the bottom again. It's breaking trend fantastically. Now let's zoom in and look at the actual trade setup. It's broken out, higher high, retest. So my buys are anywhere between 6.46 to the 6.6 level. Stop loss, a little bit bigger now of 10% below over here. Why? Because I'm looking at this go to the top of around the $9, if not break that actual range. Guys, if you get any Chainlink entries, okay, like I just showed you with Render, if you get any Chainlink entries at any moment here, and this decides to do this, whoa, you got a great fish. You got a great fish. Like that's a big one, big one. Because you got to remember, just for Chainlink to go back to all-time highs, which I believe it will, guys. I believe Chainlink's always been a huge player. Guys, it's 600, 700, 800%. It's incredible. So again, you need to play every entry that you take as it is the one. This is the one. You have to. That's how you stay part of it. So Chainlink, again, fantastic. My stops, my TPs, Bitcoin Cash, breaking there. I don't have the full trade setting up yet, because for me, yes, I've heard a lot of bullish things, and I've heard a lot of bullish things about Bitcoin Cash, especially at Bitcoin Miami. I just don't like this coin because it gave me shit in the last bull market. So I'm not trading it. It doesn't mean it's not great. I'm just showing you the chart. You can decide. It was one, you know, you get that nemesis in crypto, that one coin. But this one's breaking, guys. It's breaking. It's retesting. If you wanted to enter this trade, I'd probably put my stops over here. I'd enter in these areas here, not much above this zone here. And I'll probably set my first TP is if you take your Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, you'll see where the 618 is. It's showing over here, which is around about a 10-15%. And then you can zoom out. And let's not deny, this is probably the best chart. Like, look at it. That's down, that's side. And all of a sudden, if we start to get Bitcoin Cash, which I have heard a lot of, guys, dun, 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 you know, all of a sudden you can be at $400. So this could be an incredible entry for you in these areas over here. So pay attention. I got a grudge against this coin. Not there's anything wrong with it. I do just have a personal grudge, which I should probably get over. But end of the day, pay attention to it. If it looks good and you like it, go for it. Cardano looks strong. I even see Bitcoin. What's it? Crypto RS, George is very interested in Cardano at the moment. So pay attention on Cardano. It looks ready. A little bit high for my entries at the moment. I think spot trade's fine for long term. Guys, I actually believe between 35 and 40 cents for long term is good. You know, this thing's been at $2.5 before. DOT for me is still cheap. Long term, it's cheap. And a trade setup, it's great. Where I would probably not enter above $5.6, but this would be my entry point over here. And I'll be looking at basically these previous tops over here as my short-term TPs. And a stop loss would be around 5.3. So it's not a big stop loss. It's around 6%, which is really good at the moment. I feel BNB, here's the wedge, guys. There's my drawing. This is how I'm prepping it to play. So if you want a BNB, I'd be buying in these areas here. Not much above $317. My stop loss will be just below 300 because we know how important that level is. And I want to see the break. It breaks this, I think it goes. This might be a great one, guys. BNB through all of the shit has held really well. And if it breaks through here, nice strong push to the upside. Let's see if there's any others here that are breaking. Lido. So Lido, we had a little bit of a fake out previously, but now it's looking to close again. So this is a great wedge. If Lido says to break here, if you like Lido, looks good. We have XRP. Well done, guys. We got the entry. Great so far. It's fighting at is this the weekly or the daily MA? The weekly MA, 200 weekly MA. So there's a little bit of resistance here. This XRP, guys, it's not that I have anything against it. This was also just a coin that really hurt me the one day. It really hurt me. I actually want to see if I can find that day. I'm telling you, it was here somewhere. It was literally, no, it was here. This is where I nearly never became Sheldon the Sniper again. It was this exact moment. So I was in I rallied up. I think I got in around here. And it was this day, guys. This was the day. Remember, I've spoken about my mom before. Oh, we're going to speak out render. I hope you guys got render. Amazing. We're going to render now. That day that I nearly never made it. Look at this. I was in a heavy leverage trade. Boom. Look at this. It just went all the way from 60 cents. This thing went. And you want to know the crazy part, guys? It went down to 17.4. You know that my liquidation was around 16.9. And if that was every single cent I ever had, ever. If that hit me there, I would never have traded ever again. It literally went like, it was crazy, guys. This was a night that I threw up. I cried. Like, it was so bad for me. If this went there, there would never have been a Sheldon the Sniper. It's crazy. So that's why for me, it was just like, you create these attachments. But XRP army, I get it. You guys are a strong army. You definitely are. And this is what you need XRP to do. You need to get past this 200 weekly first, and you need to get past 60 cents. Once you pass 60 cents, now you can start looking at 80 cents, $1. If not, like, look at it. Down, side, and maybe it starts the road to recovery. So XRP looks good. For me, entries on XRP is around 46 cents. If there's any retest, we got the buys around 43 a few days ago. Render, who got render? Guys, pop in the chat. Say, I got the render trade. I got the render trade. Who got the injective trade? There we go. Injective. Boom. On its way. No more buys, but hold strong. I know many of us got it. Let's see render. Yeah, short term, it's bouncing. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. That's why, guys, I think there will be later on an entry better, but I think render might just explode now, to be honest. It looks really good. I think it's too late now for short-term entries, guys. But those who got in the beginning of the show, amazing. We spoke about GRT. What else is moving? Let's look at DYDX. Oh, that's some good 15 minutes. I think this for decentralized exchanges, I think this is a good entry, guys. I really do. I think anywhere in these ranges, yes, keep a little bit of cash for maybe 1.6 to 1.8. But I think for some spot entries, zoom in here actually, and you'll see a trend. You'll actually see a trend. And oh, it's breaking it. So pay attention to DYDX. I'll probably put my stops below here. And where it really gets moving is back above the 2.8. So even just back to the next resistance, it's a good trade. It's a good trade. Once we're through there, now you start looking at the way higher levels, because I think the last time we went to 3.6. So pay attention over there. Oh, this AI. It looks good. Is there any other big movers at the moment? Oh, Bitcoin. 28,000. Let's go. Let's go, Bitcoin. So guys, if we go above 28,500 today and we start exploding to 30, the whole market's going to erupt. Solana is going to erupt. I think all of these tokens over here are going to move really well. So if you never loaded them for your long term, or you haven't balanced your portfolio or anything like that, I think these are going to do really well, guys. Just put your stops under the previous low on all of them that have broken daily trends. I think these are good. And obviously the AI tokens that I've given. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these and see some smaller caps. I think let's make sure that Bitcoin gets through that level. And then I think AI is going to be a big driver to maybe a dominance drop. And if you look at the total 3, let's get this to play out, guys. If this can play out, we are on. I don't care everything. I've said alt season and it didn't happen straight away. But if this plays out, guys, we have nailed it, because we're literally at the bottom of the range. This could be a beautiful inverse weekly head and shoulders. And if we do have this in the next few weeks of the total 3 breaking out here, we on, guys. We on. And you're going to be extremely proud of yourself. Have a fantastic day. I hope I've brought a little bit of an uplift, because you guys have uplifted me. Bitcoin Miami uplifted me. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Let's make money. Let's kick ass. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's break those highs. Much love, Banter fam.